Hey there, and welcome to another video of Hero in Europe. And in this video we are going to deliver the vehicle right behind me to North Africa. So before we are leaving, I'm making sure that it's full of water, it has gas enough, and if you saw the other video, you might know that in this motorhome we did a lot of stuff to make it a little bit better for Antoinette. See a big box on the roof, and that is to store their subboards. Do you say subboards? Like their serving gear. All right, stepping in, nice and fresh. Time I cleaned it already. So this is the new upholstery. Nice, like black gray with dark blue. So it's like a new motorhome. And the other things which we already showed in the other video was the skylight and all the USB ports and the ventilation, the vents, and a whole lot of stuff like that. Let's get my dad. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that I'm taking my dad. So you're finally gonna meet Wietse, which is my dad, and he has been for a long time, as long as I can remember actually. We have mooi weather.
We have mooi weather, hè? Ja.
Alright, good morning. We drove yesterday night all the way to Germany, so we're a little bit further than Frankfurt, and Dad is inside having some breakfast, and then today we're driving through Switzerland and have some stops there probably, and then we will probably, but not sure, make it all the way to Genoa, Italy, where we will catch the ferry and have a 24 ferry layover to finally some sun after the cold weather in the Netherlands, and I am at the Swiss border right now. And when you have Dutch plates or German plates, we have to buy a vignette to get into Switzerland, and that's what we're doing right now. So we're gonna buy a vignette which we are going to stick on the windshield of the motorhome, and then we have to buy a 30-day visum. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive because they don't really have a visum or like a vignette for only 30 hours or 2 days. So we're going to check that out and then continue our trip towards Italy. So we just drove past the Swiss border, and actually we didn't have to buy a vignette at a gas station. We could also just purchase one at the border patrol. So they stopped us and they asked us how heavy the motorhome was, and ours is below 3.5. So we had to buy a vignette for 1 year, which costs 45 euro, which is not too bad. And I believe if you have a motorhome above 3.5, you can actually buy a vignette that only lasts 2 days. So it might be beneficial to say that you weigh above 3.5. I'm not sure though, but that's something we can find out. So in Swiss, off to Italy and enjoying this beautiful weather. Good morning. We arrived in Aosta, Italy last night and had some very nice dinner. And we camped in this camper park, which is like a big parking place around a 10-minute walk from the city center, where are a lot of Roman buildings, like a big arch made by August. And look at this, oh, look at this view. So within the mountains, and today we're driving towards Torino, and then we're gonna have a little stopover in Turin, and then we are finally arriving in Genoa, where we will catch the ferry. I'm looking forward to a nice day, even though I still look a little bit tired, and I'm up for some coffee. Good morning. So we are driving through the countryside because we decided the motorway was a little bit boring. So now we're driving through the mountains of Italy on our way to Torino. And we're just driving, and this is what it looks like. All right, so this is what I mean when I say take the scenic route. Good morning. We drove from Torino towards Genua, and we drove for around an hour or an hour and a half through the countryside, and then we decided we wanted some food, so we parked close to a graveyard. And look at those tall graves. I'll have a look if I can go inside and see why the graves are so tall, because that's really interesting. If I can't find out, please, if you know, put it in the comments. So this is what we camped for the night, and today we have to catch a ferry from Genoa, Italy to Tunis, and it's going to be a 24-hour layover. We have to be there at 6 o'clock, so we might have some time to check out Genoa, and for now, more coffee. All right, had a nice coffee in Genoa. I still don't know how to pronounce, but let me just say it on the Dutch way, Genoa. So we had a nice coffee in Genoa, and now we're off to the ferry, and then a 24 layover to Tunis. So I don't know if I'm excited about it, or if I don't really feel bothered to be 24 hours on a ferry, but for now it's alright. So. All right, as you can see, I'm very sweaty, and it was very stressful to get inside of the ferry. First, we had to drive towards the port parking place, but they kind of sent us away and then said go to the right, and then we were suddenly outside of the parking places again. So we circled around, and then they said that they wanted to have a printed parking ticket, so I had to run my way into the office with 30 minutes of check-in time. And then we thought, finally we can drive onto the ferry. And that's the moment they said, no, you need to check in and go through border patrol. So we had to get out of the motorhome again and then run back. And we were the last car 2 minutes before they closed off. But we're inside, and this is how our suite looks. So a nice 3-person kind of suite if you wanted to sleep on the couch. But very happy we're finally on board and we made it. So 24 hours on our way to Tunis. Okay, again. So they sent us from officer to officer to officer, and long story short, their message was very simple. They would not allow us to get out of Tunisia with that passport or that stamp in the passport.